Welcome to Sidelines, stories from the Oklahoma Sports Heritage Museum in Guthrie, Oklahoma. This 11-episode series highlights some of the most interesting tales connected to this gem of a museum, celebrating the rich history of professional and collegiate athletics in Oklahoma. Coach, one of the greatest athletes ever from Oklahoma, Shannon Miller. Let's talk about Shannon Miller.
Well, Shannon Miller wasn't a very big gal, but boy, she was good at in gymnastics. Came out of Edmond, Oklahoma, and a gymnastics program that was there, and became the #1 Olympic medal winner for the United States at one time, and just was outstanding Olympic gymnast.
Yeah, 1996.
Right.
Yeah.
See, we opened in '96, so it was just about the time we opened, and we found out about her, and another gentleman that was with our museum at the time had contacts with her and her coach, and got us some uniforms and got us some things of Shannon's. We have some nice pictures of her. And then there was, they decided in Edmond that they wanted to build a statue of her, and put behind the library in Edmond. This was after she'd won these gold medals. And the artist was that they picked to do it was named Shan Gray, and he is Osage Indian.
Passed away a few years ago?
Just passed away, yeah, just a couple of years ago.
He's a great Oklahoma artist.
Yeah, did some outstanding bronze work. I was helping Century 21 here and doing the museum both at the same time, and I got a call from Shannon. He said, I'm looking for a building to do some work in, and he wanted to look at some buildings that had some space in them, and he looked at one, the old depot building on Division, and he said, boy, I'd take a lot of work on this building. And I said, Shannon, what are you doing? And he said, well, I'm getting ready to build a statue of Shannon Miller. I said, we have some things of Shannon there at the museum. And I said, have you looked at the museum as a place to do that? And he said, I don't think it's big enough, tall enough. And I said, well, it's taller in the back than it is in the front. So he came down and looked at our building, and so
it's going to be a big statue.
Yeah.
Not just a small one, a big statue.
No, it's about a 15-foot statue, but he was going to do her in two parts. He would do the upper body and the lower body, and we still have the hoist in the back that he hoisted her up and put her down on top of the bottom and put her together. But Shan Gray came and did all of the clay work on her, and we have a small statue of her that's what's called a mock statue of his work of Shannon, and then the big statue is in Edmond, and he did tremendous work there and became part of the museum and some of the things that we have done there. And of course, Shannon for several years led the Oklahoma or the United States Olympic team, and there were some other outstanding gymnasts besides her, but she was definitely one of the outstanding gymnasts and the greatest probably woman gymnast to come out of Oklahoma. And we are very proud of her. She's a fine young lady, and has gone on about her career and her business now. Yeah,
one of the greatest Olympians of all time. And whenever you see that statue there in Edmond, you can know that it was made here in Guthrie in the sports museum.
It surely was. Yeah. And art classes or school classes would come to the museum when he was working on that, and he would allow the kids to put some clay on her, and then he'd smooth it out. And they had been working on that one time, and a group had, and this kid that was standing there, I heard him talking to his buddy. He said, I got to put some clay on her armpit. So
our kid's great.
He'll never forget that. But they did. Shan was good with kids, and he let them be a part of it and explained to them how it worked, and that it's done in clay and then later molded into bronze.
Just one of the great Oklahoma artists of all time, Shan Gray. did a Warren Spahn statue.
He did the Warren Spahn statue. He did several of the statues or busts of the athletes that are in front of the ballpark at Bricktown Ballpark. One of the Olympic statues there, I think, that's in front of Paycom. But he was an outstanding artist. Was in the process of doing a huge Native American before he got sick and eventually passed away. I don't know whether that project will ever be finished or not, but he was an outstanding artist.
Yeah. Come to the museum here in Guthrie, learn more about Shannon Miller, Shan Gray. A lot of cool history here at the museum. So thanks, Coach.
You bet.